What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. No shows over the weekend. I did have two plays. Saturday was a 5% play, and don't remember what it was, but I do remember that I won. And Sunday was a 4% play, and that one lost, and that one really pissed me off. I had under 182 and a half, Fever, and Aces. And man, I'm looking at the clock. And I had 23 points to spare with about 4 minutes left and a 25-point blowout. I'm thinking it's okay. But for whatever reason, starter's still out there. And then the Aces just didn't care anymore. Aces just leaving everybody open. Sophie Cunningham just practice shot after practice three after practice three. The dagger for me, Vino, what really pissed me off even more, Raven Johnson comes in. And she's like, she comes in. She's like, I guess she's in a race to get to her season average of 4 points per game. She comes in, races down, and last second, fade away jump shot with 30 seconds left. Like, just dribble the clock out. God, and she hit a three. She's like a 20% 3-point shooter this season. She hit a three, so I was really pissed off. It really ruined my night. But things have gone well in general. We'll try to leave that to yesterday. It's good to be back with you, Vino. How's everything on your end?
Things are good, Skee. Weekend as a group was 4-2, Saturday and Sunday, but the majority of the good stuff came. The NBA Summer League has been a perfect 4-0 for me, so that's been really, really good. The CFL weekend was 2-1. The WNBA weekend Saturday was 2-1, and yesterday was 0-1, so 2-2 over the weekend. The loser yesterday for me was an under on the man. I'm going to get my days mixed up here. Whatever day the Sky and the Sparks played, I had under. Was that yesterday? God, I can't even keep my days straight here. But I had Sparks under, and that went flying over the Sparks again with over 100 points. I fell for an article that I read talking about Chicago, unity, energy, defense, and it showed up the game before. And I said, man, let's go Chicago. Lineup changes, defense. And I got 102 jammed up my backside, so that didn't work out too good. But yeah, otherwise, profitable weekend overall. So if you're on the 6 days for 3, you probably made some money here, considering the other stuff was good. But WNBA, a little shaky here lately, Skee. We got to getting some things right in this league.
Well, let's talk about what we have today. It's two games lined up. We will start at the top with the Sparks and the Dream. I don't see the opener, actually. Why don't I see openers here? Uh, Opener. There we go. That's my bad. Opener was 7.5. And I see 8.5 pretty much everywhere. Total open 177.5 and 180.5 is what we're looking at there. As far as injuries are concerned, let's refresh here. Still no Kelsey Plum, no Cam Brink for the Sparks. For Atlanta, they have Angel Reese, game time decision. Bree Jones, game time decision. There's a shot that she can make her season debut here. I did see Angel Reese on the sideline in a boot last game. So I don't know if I would expect her to be out there. And if Bree plays, she's a big boost for the team, especially if they're missing Angel Reese. They're going to need her. But will she be in enough game shape? Will she be in rhythm? We shall see. Um, Vino, this is a high total here. You talked about what the Sparks did last time out. Do you think the Sparks offense has found something without Kelsey Plum now? Have they figured it out? What do you think about this one?
They figured something out, Skee, because they got me twice in a row. I um, took a lot of or placed a lot of emphasis on the LA Seattle game. It was LA's first game after the Commissioner's Cup, and they had the most time off of anybody. I think they had like 8-9 days off. Played Seattle, looked terrible offensively, only scored in the 60s. Couldn't hang on to the basketball, turned it over 20 plus times, couldn't rebound. And I thought, man, this team is just garbage offensively without Kelsey Plum. And since then, they've scored over 100 twice in a row and hurt me both times because I played two unders. So shame on me for playing unders, but I did, and I lost. So now you come and you play Atlanta, and the other day, Portland put 102 on Atlanta without Angel Reese in the middle. So your point about Bree Jones, well taken. I did read she's on a minutes restriction if she does play today. So I don't know if you get any more than 15 minutes out of her. And if you don't get Angel Reese as well, you do have a lot of room to the hoop. And LA is showing that fast pace and to the rim. Erica Wheeler, Ariel Atkins, Hamby, the whole crew is getting to the rack, and they've made some threes. So I don't know. Atlanta, you would think, Skee, that Atlanta um, would want to play better. You would emphasize defense off of that game against Portland. You just can't be giving up 102 to Portland. But that interior is kind of empty if, in fact, Angel Reese can't go. At least it's going to be empty for a majority of the game because I don't believe, from what I read, Brianna Jones is going to play all that much tonight. Like I say, probably about 15 minutes. So I can understand the movement up in the total. I just don't have enough. I don't know. I don't have enough guts to play this thing to get to 182. Although Atlanta at home has been pretty good as far as scoring is concerned, but they're just playing so bad recently overall. Like Atlanta's last 8 games haven't been good for the most part. So I don't know if I trust them enough. You could fade LA's defense. I don't know. There's a lot of counter arguments to be made here. I would think if Angel Reese doesn't play, Los Angeles plus 8.5 might be able to stick around. Again, not something I'm willing to bet. Don't hold me to it, but dog and over seems to make a little bit of sense when you start breaking these matchups down.
Yeah, I agree. Dog and over sounds like the way to go in this matchup. Um, the Dream, they want to play fast, regardless. Angel Reese is playing or Bree is playing or not. They want to play fast, and we know the Sparks are going to run. Sparks defense hasn't been great. I think the Dream defense hasn't been great lately. So I can understand the move up in this total. I would only be looking in that direction. So dog or over, I'm in agreement with Vino on this game. Next, we have Mercury and Lynx. This one opened up minus 11 and a half. Looks like 12 and a half. Total opened up 168 and a half. Mostly 169 and a half out there. Fee, still not ready to go for the Lynx. For the Mercury, Sammy Whitcomb is game time. Natasha Mack will not be available. This Phoenix team, I mean, when I think Phoenix Mercury, I just think biggest disappointment of the whole season is this team. They were not supposed to be this bad. I know you lost Satu, but they're not supposed to be as bad as they've looked. In that last game, yeah, that was. I mean, if you got some kind of pride, you got to come out here and do something. Phoenix, they got blown off the earth in that last game. What they lose by 48 points, I think it was. The Lynx, clearly the more talented team, healthy. They're at home. Yeah, obviously we know how good the Lynx are. That's why they're laying 12 and a half. I thought the Mercury, the problem is, I thought the Mercury would want to get up after their last loss. And then they went out there and got blown out by 50. So, am I going to trust them to get up now after the 50 point? I want to. Like, I think they got players out there like Kalia who, will play with pride tonight or something at least. It's just tough, you know. Any thoughts here, Mercury and Lynx?
Yeah, I'm counting on the Mercury Pride from an offensive perspective, Ski. I don't think they have the personnel to play good interior defense, and Asia shredded them in that game. Now, you're playing Minnesota, which doesn't have a strong interior either, but when they play teams that can't, like when they play the Liberty kind of outsizes them. They kind of hurt them inside. Bigger teams can hurt Minnesota. This team just doesn't defend on the inside, Phoenix. So I could see Minnesota having their way offensively. I also think, like I said, I'm banking on Phoenix having some pride on the offensive end. 58 points in that last game. That's crazy that the Aces got to 106 and that game still couldn't get over. because the Mercury had 58. That's crazy. Um, but I do think they'll have a little bit here. And I think Sammy Whitcomb should be some type of help here. You know, she got some minutes in that game. I think it was her season debut against the Aces. She got 10 minutes and 40 seconds as I checked the box right here to see exactly what she had. So Sammy Whitcomb, a game under her belt. They need a little bit of perimeter shooting help. Claire Copper's been a very good scorer all season long, just hasn't been a good 3-point shooter. I think Ellis Thomas can do a little bit more offensively here. I just think they'll boost themselves into at least the mid 70s. I kind of like over. They played twice so far this year. Both games went over this total. They got 172 and 188 in their two matchups prior. And Lynx games at home have gotten over 178 of 11 times, 78%. So Lynx home overs have been really, really good. I don't think Phoenix can stop them with their defense. Like I said, talked about the problems that I find Phoenix has defensively. And I think they can get, like you say, play with a little pride, score a few more points. I think this number looks beatable, 169 and a half. So I did play this one. It's a client release over 169 and a half.
Good stuff on that. Question to dropping dimes in the chat. He's saying Mercury off 15-point losses. See, there's some kind of typo here. But I did look up Mercury off 15 plus point losses. Not too much pride being shown, I guess. 0-3 ATS. Those games were versus the Lynx, Storm, and Sparks. That's what I'm showing here. So I don't know. We shall see. Veno, maybe the total is the better way to look in this game. That'll wrap it up. Quick and easy, 2 games, about 12 minutes. I think we did a pretty solid job. So take one last glance here. We'll move it over to the promos before we get into any best bets or anything like that. Good old 2 for 1. Get both Rob Veno and myself 3 days all access. That's all sports, only $69. So good way to rock with both of us. If you may not like one of us, you may just want to rock with the other one. You can buy 3 get 3 free 6 days for just $69. We won't take it personal. I won't take it personal if you want to rock with Rob Veno for 6 days. If you don't want 3 days of Skee's shenanigans, that's okay too. So Veno, on that note, I'll pass it back to you. Ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, all good.
Yeah, I mean, we wish all of you would like both of us, but I'm not mad at it either. If you say I like Skee and that other guy in the right hand box is a clown, so I don't want any part of him. But the 2 for 1 has been productive all season long. The 3 for 1 or the 6 for 3 days, I just laid out. Other stuff is going better than WNBA is right now, so you get everything included in that package. I'll just leave this as best bet, Skee, because I said it already. The client release tonight was Phoenix, Minnesota over 169 and a half. Stated my case why I played it. So if you want to tail, absolutely tail. But this one should keep the comment section and the angry people quiet for a little while. We're going to give you one today. Minnesota Phoenix over 169 and a half. Let's get it there too, because I don't want the repercussions.
There you go. Seymour. It's the second time in the chat saying, drop a summer league play. I mean, I can just go tell you anything. You want me to just tell you anything? I can go down the list and just point towards anything. Or do you want me to just tell you when I have a winner? I mean, I can tell you some bullshit just to give you a play. Is that what you like, Seymour? Because I could care less about playing summer league right now, honestly. I'm trying to give you information on what I actually care about and what I'm actually thinking about playing. I'm not going to leave a best bet because my only bet that I have for today is a 5% play. It's a play I really love, and I've won 9 straight 5% plays. So if you want to be on board for the 10th straight winner, you can check it out over on wagertalk.com. So nothing else for me to add today. Veno, good to be back with you. I always appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with me. Helps my process quite a bit. Chat, we appreciate you guys as well. Best of luck, everybody, on all your action, and we'll catch you all again tomorrow.